Hey film moviegoers, and welcome to my channel Film Scene. My name is Chelsea, and for this video I wanted to review Girlboss because it came out just a couple days ago and I finished it. I had no idea it existed, that it was being created or anything like that. I just saw it on my feed and decided to push play. But yeah, so let's get started. So this is a story about Sophia Amoruso, and it's played by Brett Robertson, and Sophia is the creator of Nasty Gal, which is an online clothing company. She basically finds old vintage pieces, styles them, makes them look really cool and fashionable, and then puts on her website. She started off on eBay, and then she eventually started her own website, and is since now bankrupt. She filed for bankruptcy, but it's just a story of how her company came to be and her as a person, etc. It's a biopic, but it's more of a comedy than anything else, I'd say. I think that the casting was really well done in this series. Brett Robertson, as I said, stars as Sophia, and she is fantastic in this role. She acts very well, and I think that this shows more of her breadth of acting, more of her acting chops, because I've seen her in a few things before, but I think this really showcased her talent very well. And her best friend, who's Annie in the show, she is a great actress as well. They played very well together, and they're both really quirky individuals, so that really made the show more interesting to watch for me. And all the side characters were really awesome as well. Like RuPaul was in it, which was a complete surprise to me, but he was hilarious. He really added to the series as a whole. With that being said, I don't think that the romance was necessary at all. So yeah, the romance just wasn't very necessary. It didn't add anything to the series. I think it was more about Sophia and her company, and the romance just was more of a distraction than anything. The main guy's character wasn't really funny. He wasn't very interesting to me, and it didn't really seem that he cared for Sophia that much, and vice versa. They just kind of seemed to be kind of plugging along together for 2 years. But I do really enjoy how Sophia Amoruso was actually one of the producers for the show, along with Charlize Theron. And I mean, it must be really weird to see yourself portrayed in that way, as being really narcissistic and stubborn and just really mean to people, but also so driven. And I really like how she produced the show without a filter. It was very unapologetic in how she was, and it's just, you know, a part of her past, but she chose to show it in the most truthful way that she could, and I really appreciate that, the honesty with a show like this, because it really felt very genuine throughout as I was watching it. And even though I liked and disliked Sophia for some of her characteristics, I liked how they showed a little bit of why she is that way and why she is so stubborn and kind of all over the place and kind of crazy at some points, but it wasn't enough to detract from the storyline. Like, we went back and we saw her mom, and now her mom and her are very similar in their personality, but I like how it tried to show as much as in the moment of Sophia, why she started her company. It was very current, so I really appreciate that sort of perspective as well. And this really was not like anything I've seen before, because it was a rags to riches story, which, you know, we've all seen, the sort of underdog coming out and rising to the top, but it was in a millennial perspective, because I feel like nowadays there's so many people making their living on Instagram and YouTube and Snapchat and Musical.ly, and, you know, it's just all on the internet now. But this was, I feel, a really good look at how a young person can make something of themselves, and if they're just creative and if they're resourceful and have a little bit of the hustle in them, that they can do something really fantastic. Even though her company doesn't exist any longer, she was mentioned in Forbes and a lot of, you know, top financial lists as well. So yeah, it was just a really cool look, I guess, of current times. I thought it was also really cool how Sophia herself, like, she's obviously a very creative person, but the way that they dressed her wasn't too eccentric or over the top, because, you know, that's how a lot of creative people are portrayed in movies. Like, they have really bright patterns and bright colors and big jewelry and just very, very shouty, but she was more subdued, and she sort of honed in her creativity in her business. That's refreshing to see as well. But yeah, that is my review of Girlboss. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 probably, so like a solid B. I would definitely watch this as background noise while I'm getting ready or something like that, and I hope that they do make a season 2. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!